last seen January 12th near the adjacent communities of Sterling and Standish. A snowmobiler found their vehicle stranded outside the town of Rose City. It was stuck on a large rock. All three were found outside the car. All apparently died of hypothermia. Not a good way to start this segment. Also, I apologize for that, but you don't want to let a tragedy like that, a winter tragedy, happen to you or your family as well. You got to be prepared for all types of dangerous weather and changing weather as a winter storm continues to move here. This is Winter Storm Molina. The snow is still coming down here in our nation's capital here, and we could see many areas pick up a couple of feet of snow as we head into this week. There are a couple of simple steps that you can take that can be the difference between life or death if you happen to get into trouble on the roads here. Let's talk with our car coach, Lauren Fix. Lauren, thanks for joining us on this morning, and let's talk about this. It's critical to know what to do if somehow your car breaks down, you get stuck, and there's no one around. So, Basics. Do you stay with your car, or do you leave it and walk on foot to try to find help?
Well, unless you're in front of a building or a business that's open or a home, I would highly recommend staying in your vehicle. Try to use cell service. If you don't, be aware that 911 works even if your phone doesn't have cell service, because it will connect to a different tower. So unless you're way out in the boondocks, you may have a problem. So at least keep that in mind. Keep your phone charged, and of course, get your vehicle prepared for that winter so that you're not finding yourself in this position.
Now let's talk about some of the basics for your car getting ready for this weather. One is the battery, because sometimes these cold mornings, even without the snow, it won't crank over. And the second thing is the tire, where literally the rubber meets the road. If you don't have that grip, and you got a little snow in between, you have a lot of problems even just going forward.
Well, there's a big myth that a lot of people think you can use all-season tires everywhere across this country. Just know that in Canada, it's mandatory to have snow tires. And in the upper half of this country, you should as well. If you see snow 3 times a year, invest in a set of snow tires. All seasons are great till about 40 degrees. Then they become like hockey pucks. They're really hard. They don't grip the snow. You need them soft, like a snow boot. So keep that in mind, a good set of tires, and of course, getting that battery, making sure it has a good charge on it.
And I guess the trick of using a penny to see if you can see Lincoln's head, then it's time to retread or get new tires? So I also see you there by the back of your car. I see the back of your car open. So what should people have in their winter car survival kit?
Well, carry a set of boots. Even if you're wearing a pair, someone in the car might not. Best to keep warm. Extra hat, gloves, lots of blankets. And I always tell people, foot warmers, hand warmers, at least 2 packages for each person. Better to have extra than not enough. Carry a shovel. I have a shovel that does multi-purpose things. Snow brush, and instead of those striking flares, if you get stuck, try these LED flares. They're really reasonably priced, and they're reusable, and they last a very long time. They're magnetic, so they'll stick to the car. And then I always have an emergency kit, tire inflation product, and a dump box in case your battery is dead. And there's all those what ifs that happen, and I have those in my book, Lauren Fix Guide to Loving Your Car.
Hey, and Lauren, more and more cars now are coming with all-wheel drive options here, but there's a difference between all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and even all four-wheel drives are not the same. You have four-wheel automatic, four-wheel high, four-wheel low. What should people know when the snow really starts to get deep?
Right, when it comes to trucks, they're typically four-wheel drive. Like this is a brand new Acura MDX. It has all-wheel drives. I'm testing it this week, and it has the ability to move around the different all-wheel drive performance. So you have to look when you go to buy all-wheel drive. They're not all the same. So it's important that you do your homework, and if you're unsure, you can ask the different dealers, get your information, or check with me. I always answer people's questions. The key is that you get an all-wheel drive vehicle, and that still means you need snow tires. So if you're like, oh, I don't need it. All my all-wheel drive vehicles have snow tires, and I live in Buffalo.
All right, great information. That's Lauren Fix, the car coach. You can also find more information from her at laurenfix.com.